It is ensured that there is always a road to each door in each room, so there can't spawn any wall in front of the doors, and the loop of the wall closes correctly. So I feel like I have pretty much accomplished everything I wanted to this sprint. Oh boy. Oh boy. Hello and welcome to the fourth devlog for DunGenes. You are gonna have to excuse the decrease in sound quality as I am home over the summer and not at my university home. I do not have access to my good microphone. I only have my headset microphone, and I know that there is a lot of noise going on in the background, but I'm going to try to decrease it as much as possible using Audacity. But if I cannot decrease it significantly, then I apologize ahead of time, and if you do not want to endure that, then you might not miss a lot, because for this devlog I have mostly worked on wall generation. Since last time I said I was going to take a break on DunGenes for a little bit, considering I had a big project called the vertical slice in university, which would take all of my attention. I haven't had a lot of time to work even after school, since I had to recover from at least take a little bit of a summer break, So, but as much as I've been able to, I've worked on the project, and I finished the entire sprint. So I would like to imagine that I at least was productive enough. But so what I'm going to show off during this video today is how I have improved the wall generation. I would say that the most basic form of the wall and floor generation is now finished. It is pretty much back to the way it was before I started to make dynamically created walls, like the meshes for the walls. Before, I used 3D models I had made in Magica Voxel in order to make the walls in the game, but now I have moved on from that, because if I did use it that way, I wouldn't have a lot of control over the way the walls looked or the textures I used on the walls. I would have to there was just a lot of work I would have to put into that, and I wasn't ready to learn how to make that, but I was ready to learn how to make these dynamically created meshes for the walls, and also that would give me a lot more free reign over how things looked. So that is what I decided to do. The level generation itself is exactly the same as before. The way I spawn the walls, it's exactly the same as before. The only difference is that I now spawn in these walls instead of the pre-made ones. Besides the wall generation, I just fixed a bug where if you place down a bomb, it shoots you infinitely. It no longer does that. I can just show it off real quick here. This is what it looks like now when I explode the bomb. It just pushes me away for a little bit, and now I'm in another room. As you might notice, I have changed the angle and the scale of the camera, so you can now see more of the room. Before, you could see like that the bottom of the room was pretty much at the bottom of the screen, and it was quite hard to get a good overview of the room, and now you can see all of it at once, like this. Personally, I like this angle a lot better, but it's still up for change if there's some other complaints about how it looks. As for the things I made to make this work, is that when I now spawn in the walls, like I did before, I simply have a list of all the different positions of the floors and the walls. Like, it's essentially like a long list of positions, and they tell the game whether there should be a wall or a floor tile here, and that's not that was enough to spawn in wall objects, but that's not quite enough to spawn in these walls. I needed the code to also read this template, which is what it is called in the code itself, and then tell the wall, like a special script called the mesh maker, how it's supposed to draw the wall, how many quads it's supposed to have, how far away the wall is going to go, how it's going to turn and everything. Like essentially the wall is actually drawn out like one long string, and then it's just turned around at different corners specified by the template. So it's more like it's kind of like a paper that has been folded like an accordion, sort of, but the intervals aren't fixed like an accordion. I don't know if that was a good explanation or not. Actually, I'm just trying to put it in a way that makes sense. I don't want to write like a whole script, because it will be very obvious when I'm reading from the script here when I'm doing this video. So I just have these bullet points, and I'm trying to explain it freely as I go, which might also make the video a little bit longer than it usually is, but I don't think there's any harm with that. As of right now, the walls in this dungeon have the same color as the floor. It's all very monochromatic, and it's pastel-y, which isn't what it's going to be in eventually. This is all just like very prototypey. Like you see here, like there's going to be wallpapers, and there's going to be different floor tiles and everything. Also, I want to mention that the type of wall generation that will be shown off in this video is just the one type where it's like kind of a randomly generated circle shape. There's also a square shape and a cross shape, but that's all the shapes that I've implemented so far, and a lot of other shapes will probably be shown in the future, but I need to like hide a lot of things so the viewers of the devlog won't be able to see everything that is in the game, because then that would spoil a little bit of surprise, wouldn't it? And as for the rest of this video, I just want to kind of walk around in here to show off what it looks like. You can see that the shadows in some places don't work. Oh, actually, I can see here that the wall in here doesn't work as it's supposed to. It hasn't actually spawned the whole way. That's quite unfortunate. I haven't caught that before. I guess I haven't actually fixed it entirely. Interesting. I never encountered that before, because as you see, all the other rooms look pretty much perfect. Oh, I like this. Ah, here's a dead end. There is also a mini-map that is supposed to be in the lower right corner, but it is not currently activated, because I'm not sure that, like, I think there was along the way a change I made that made it not work as it should, so it's currently deactivated. Oh boy, what is going on here? I have no idea what this is. I have not seen this bug before either. Interesting. I guess there's still some work to be done after all. But I expected to be working on the wall generation for the next sprint as well. I was going to take a little bit less focus on wall generation for the next sprint though, so I could implement some other cool things to show off in the video. Oh boy. Oh yeah, this does not make me very happy. Huh. See. Oh boy. This room barely has any walls at all. Well, that's alright. Or maybe I was here already. You see, I'm getting lost in my own dungeon because I don't have the minimap. Ah yes, this was that room. Oh, there's another one of those. Interesting. Maybe I should go through this door. Very nice. Oh, what's happening here? What is this wall? Oh? Huh. Interesting. Oh dear. This wall is probably one of the biggest offenders of this bug we saw earlier. I sincerely wonder what causes this, because I have not seen this before. I think I just fell out of the world, yeah I did. Oops. Yeah, the walls currently don't have colliders, by the way. I guess I just outed that fact. Anyway, thank you for watching my 4th devlog, and if you liked the video, please leave a like and subscribe if you will. And I'll see you guys next time.